Hello and welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to try to learn how to use a machine that kind of scares me. Last Christmas, my nana gave me this embroidery machine. This is a second-hand machine. It's a Pfaff? Is that how that's pronounced? Is the P silent? Do we say the P? I don't know. So it's a maybe Pfaff, maybe Pfaff. That does not sound right. I'm gonna go with Pfaff. It's a Pfaff Creative Sensation. I was so excited to get this machine and I was ready to put embroidery on everything. But then I realized I have no idea how to use it and it's gonna be a bit of a learning curve. I've never used any sort of embroidery machine, so I know nothing about how this works other than a vague idea that you need to download patterns maybe, and then you need to calibrate the hoop to be in the right spot so it doesn't start embroidering over here when you want it to embroider over here. And oh, and you need to watch out for thread snapping. That's the main thing I know about embroidery machines. You need to watch out that the threads don't snap. So it all seemed a little bit intimidating and like it was going to take a lot of time to figure out. Time which I don't normally have. I'm normally jumping from project to project, trying to keep up with releasing a new project every week, which is a lot. So taking the time to figure this out while doing a complicated project just wasn't going to work. But I really do want to learn how to use this. I love adding embroidery elements to the projects I make, but doing it by hand takes such a long time. So I figure if I take the time to learn the machine in one project, then I can just sprinkle it in all the other projects and it won't take long, maybe. So basically this week I have decided to learn how to use this. First up, I'm going to do a bit of Googling and reading of the instruction book. That's not the instruction book, that's the embroidery book. The instruction book. Once I've got this machine and it's set up kind of figured out, I figured the best way to test it would be with a nice simple project that uses simple shapes like squares. So I thought, what better than a cottagecore apron? Maybe I'm overthinking this and this machine will be really easy to set up and really friendly to use and I will have no issues whatsoever, and in 30 minutes I'll have it figured out. We can hope. Let's go find out. You know what I just realized? We're matching. Me and this machine are matching today. I did not plan that, but I'm not mad about it. Step 1, turning it on, complete. Now I just got to figure out how it works. Introduction. Machine parts, that is helpful. I assume most, if not all of them, are in here. I've never checked once I got it as to all the bits being there, but I know I have the main machine and I know I have the embroidery actual arm thing. Included accessories. There's a stylus. Why do you need a style? Oh, there is a touchscreen. Yep. Knee lift. It's got a knee lift. That's exciting. Sorry, I got a bit excited about that. The one thing that I miss when I'm changed from industrial machines back to my domestic ones is, oh, the knee lift is so useful. I miss it so much when I don't have it. Oh my goodness, there's animals. Guys, I'm sold on this. I'm gonna really work to figure this out because now, look at the animals. There's a little elephant. He's adorable. I love him. Oh, a kangaroo. How very Australian. And a turtle. Okay, this is getting more and more exciting. I think this is just the basic stitches. Like, this isn't the embroidery section. This is just, the machine just does this. Maybe? Now I gotta figure out how to thread it, so I'm just going to follow the instructions. Step 2, thread the machine, I think is accomplished. Maybe something is wrong in the top section because I wasn't sure which side of something to go through, but we will find out when it starts stitching, I am sure. So it's telling me about the USB embroidery stick, which I don't think I have. I haven't seen it anywhere, so that might be missing. Or it might be somewhere in the bag that I haven't looked, who knows. But I don't think you need that for the basic decorative stitches that the machine just comes programmed with. So I can start exploring those. So I think I'm going to just take some time to explore what's in this machine already. I'm having a lot of fun with this. The little elephants are so cute, but you can't really see them because I don't have any stabilizer. I have normal interfacing, but not embroidery stabilizer, which I did a quick Google and it did say you can use normal interfacing, but it's not ideal. So I think I need to pop to the shops and get some embroidery machine stabilizer before I move on to the actual embroidery, because this is just the fancy stitches in the machine. I haven't even started looking at the actual embroidery section with the hoop and everything yet. So there's a lot in this machine, and it does eyelets. Brilliant. I'm never gonna need to hand stitch another eyelet again, except I probably will because I enjoy hand stitching. But if I don't have the time for it, this machine will do it. But yes, if I want to play with the actual embroidery side of things, I need that interfacing. So let's go to the shops. Success, I have got the goods. I have 2 meters here of tearaway stabilizer. I just asked the lady at the counter which one I should get for machine embroidery, and she said this one. So now I can look at some of the actual embroidery designs and figure out how that works on the machine. And I'm very proud of myself. I only bought 2 fabrics that I don't need. I was just flicking through this book, which is the actual embroidery collection, which I think means this is what's on the machine already loaded. I don't need to download them from anywhere else. They're just on it, maybe, I think. And I found a sunflower, and I love sunflowers. They're my favorite flower. They're just so happy and sunny. So I think I'm going to give making this sunflower a go. Maybe it's a little extravagant for a first one. I should probably start with one of the, I think there's minis? Yeah, I should probably start with a mini, but I want the sunflower. Let's see if I can find it on the machine, because that's the next step. Figure out how to, I figured out the fancy stitches. That was a matter of turning the machine on. Now I got to figure out the embroidery part. I'm hoping if I hit the button, it will tell me what I need to do. I'm going to use this as the top thread. Do I have to wind a bobbin in this color, or can I use the white one that's in there? I mean, normally when you sew, you match your bobbin thread, so I assume I should do that. I do have a few extra bobbins in here, which is wonderful. The hoops are in here. I just need to find the one that will fit my design. I feel like this one's probably a little small, do they say? There we go, 120 by 120, 240 by 150. Now I've got this ready, I can start embroidering once I figure out which way in the machine it goes and how to make it start, you know, minor things. I think it's ready. I think it's all set up. I'm gonna press go and hope nothing explodes. It's working and nothing has exploded yet. This feels very wrong to press a button and just stand here. It's unthreaded itself. At least it figured it out. Okay, where'd my thread go? Hang on. Rethreaded, let's go. My needle broke. Now I need to figure out how to change the needle. So I think what's happened is the needle has hit this little free motion foot, and that's because there's now marks on this side of it, and it does seem to drift out a bit, so I don't know how to keep it in and not drifting out. So I've tightened it and I've changed the needle again. Maybe that will do it. It broke again. Ah! I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's all threaded correctly, as far as I know. And from what I can see, the needle does seem to be hitting the side of that circle foot thing. But I don't know how to make it not. Time to Google. It's a pretty spectacular bent and broken needle. I've just broken like 4 in the space of about 3 minutes. So I'm gonna walk away. Maybe come back to this tomorrow. It's 6:30 right now, so time to make dinner. But this is very frustrating. I don't know what to do to fix this. Day 2 of trying to figure out how this machine works. I have my computer here and I'm just going to Google and YouTube setup of the Creative Sensation and how it all works, and maybe find some troubleshooting videos. I don't know. I'm gonna see what I find and hope that I can figure out why the needle keeps breaking, because that is not ideal. Problem 1 I've noticed watching one of these videos. Did I put the hoop in upside down? Because because that wouldn't have helped. I was looking at the picture in the book and I was like, I think this is right. But looking at this person's tutorial, it goes the other way. So that could be something to explore. I think it's not that I've got the hoop in the wrong way, because I assume it wouldn't snap in if it was the wrong way round. But I've put the fabric in wrong, so it should be folded the other way. I'm gonna play with that, but I think I'll set up the smaller hoop and do some mini designs. The front looks okay. Yeah. Something's wrong in the back. Something was wrong with the tension. That's a big knotted mess. That is not what it's supposed to look like. But I didn't break a needle, so that's something. So I think that has fixed my problem. My problem was I had hooped the fabric the wrong way, because I've just done these two and have not broken a needle, whereas the last time I broke a needle every 2 seconds. So I think we can go back to trying the bigger size and hopefully nothing else pops up as wrong. Worth a go, right? Guys, bonus news. I think I may have figured out how to make it go back to the last stitch I was on before everything exploded. So that means I don't have to start it all over again, which is amazing. Because yeah, this is the stitch I was on when everything blew up. And if you press this button, it allows you to put in a stitch number. So now I'm down here as opposed to, I think it starts up here. So it's gonna maybe go. Let's try. Please don't explode again. So far, so good. Last time the needle broke before it had gone for this long. I pressed go and the needle went. So it's been like 30 seconds and it's still going. I think we did it. I'm breaking needles every 2 seconds again. I don't know what's going on. I changed the color. We're on yellow now. I changed the color and it was fine. And then halfway through, it decided it had some tension issues. Those seem to have been resolved. And now I'm just snapping needles. And I don't know if it's a tension thing because the tension's too tight that the thread is pulling the needle out of line and snapping. I don't know. It's 10 to 2 on the second day. And I haven't even got one completed design. This is great when it works. Not so great with the troubleshooting, especially when you don't really know what's going on. I only have 3 needles left also. So at this rate, I'm going to be done in about 4 minutes and not be able to do any more. If you have one of these machines, give me some tips and tricks. Maybe by the time you see this video, I will have figured it out, but more likely I will have given up and go back to hand embroidery. I know how to work that. Is it the thread? I mean, it's the same brand thread from the same box, but I don't know. So I'll probably call my nana who gave this to me and be like, help. I've done more research, more looking at videos of how to thread and use this type of machine. As far as I can tell, I have done everything right. Day 3 of the embroidery machine saga, learning how to use this machine. My nana did call me back last night and give me a few tips. She said the bottom bobbin thread does not need to be the same thread as the top thread, and in fact, she tends to use resant thread as the bottom thread. So that's good to know and something that I will play with, but I do need to go to the shops and get more needles because I've gone through these 2 packets. I have 1 left. So this morning I'm gonna go to the shops. I'm gonna look for some more embroidery needles. I might also take the hoop with me and ask them if they have any ideas of why my stitching is going so funny, and see if they have a machine similar to this that they can show me how it should be set up and threaded, because sometimes in person it's just easier when you can ask a question of, am I pulling the thread too hard as it goes through this first loop? My nana also said it could potentially be the thread that I'm using, because the one I'm using is not necessarily the best brand. It's more of an affordable, good to get you started one, but the Pfaff machines can be apparently a little bit snobby with their threads. So I might also see if the shop has any better quality ones, which is gonna hurt the bank, I'm sure. But if it means I can get a sunflower, I will be happy. Back home, the lady in the shop was absolutely lovely, but essentially she said that since it's a secondhand machine and I don't know when it was last serviced, and I've just now broken so many needles in it, that really I should probably get it serviced before I try and embroider any more on it. And I was like, great, no worries, I can get it serviced, I'm okay with this. How long's the wait on that? And she went, months. So that's helpful. I will get it serviced. I don't know how long that's going to be. Unfortunately, that means I cannot finish the sunflower on this machine. But fortunately, my nana has said that I can come down and she will teach me how to use hers. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to head to my nana's place and she's going to teach me how to actually use an embroidery machine. Should I have done this from the start? Yeah, probably. Thanks, Nana. Let's go. Nana to the rescue! I now have a beautiful sunflower. It's just so pretty. I love it. And I will say on her machine, the setup was the same. She took me through how to set it up and I had done it on my machine. So I don't think it was my fault that mine wasn't working. I think it does need a service. So I will get that done as soon as I can, because now that I've got this one done, I want to embroider everything. But now I'm going to make an apron that I can put this on. Originally this was going to be like a pocket, but I'm thinking I might make it the bib part. Like if I took basically this pattern, but turned it into an apron as opposed to a dress. I reckon this could be a cute little bib section. So I might do that. All cut out now, so I'm ready to start putting this together. The top of this is essentially the same as my pinafore dress pattern, but I have made this section a bit longer and the waistband a bit thinner. And the skirt piece is going to be pleated to the front of the waistband, not going all the way around. Bodice pieces are together and the straps are in. So now I am going to pleat the skirt down to the waistband, and then I can attach this to the waistband. all the pieces are together. Now I'm going to put a buttonhole here so that the strap can pass through it and then pull it in to tie at the back. And I also need to do the hem, and then she's all finished. The apron is finished. I did want to put some pockets on it, but I wanted them to also be embroidered. So I'm going to wait on those until I get the machine serviced, and then I can put them on afterwards. But for now, it is all done and ready to do some baking.